Hi, good morning. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. I'm filming today outside. It's a beautiful day, and I just wanted to do one video outside just to see what it looks like and, listen to nature sounds and so on. It is a little bit hot, as it has been the last few days and really weeks, as I'm sure it has some other places as well. But I will try and manage and see if I can show you this new journal I have in the shop right now called Peace. Now this is the little bag that it will come in that I made, and as a gift, so I call it a gift bag. And the inspiration for Peace was just anything that gives me peace of mind, that I like looking at, and when I do see images of it, it just brings about a calmness to, get through the day. So this is Peace. This is the cover. And actually I forgot the ruler. Let me go get a ruler. So this is Peace. It has 4 signatures and tassel with ribbons and some beads on it. And I do have a pendant here, a little bit of a Buddha, it looks like, which is something, if I think of a Buddha, more like Zen-like time, and just relax and have some peace and quiet. And this is one of those crochet wreaths that my mom makes, so it went perfectly with these ribbons and laces over here that I have. So there's about 1, 2, 3 kinds, and then this beautiful flower, a little square on the top where I have the metal frame and Peace. Now you can take this out really if you want to put something else. You want to call it somewhere else, go right ahead, of course. And a little bit of goldish fabric on the back as the background. On the top I have these ruffles as usual, and then coffee dyed cotton closure. So now for the size, let me see, this is about looks like 5 1/4 by 7 inches. So not too big, just to just good enough or big enough to hold in your hand, and maybe take it with you if you're going on a little bit of a trip, day trip or something, and fill in your collections and so on. So this is the side of it. It has some baubles and some more charms here, and lots of laces, and beautiful to look at, of course, this way as well. So the 4 signatures are all about a different theme. So a different theme in each signature that represents peace to me. Okay, so let's go inside Peace and see what we can discover in this journal. So here I have a pocket with some sewing. Of course, there's sewing throughout the whole journal everywhere because I love sewing, and especially on paper. It's a lot easier than on fabric. So I have a tag here first of all, and it represents everything that's actually in this journal. So if you look at it carefully, then you will recognize it as we go through it as well. So of course on the back it's always coffee dyed paper, and you can write on it coffee dyed or tea dyed. I use both, and then sometimes cabbage dyed and so on, so different things. So this one, the first signature, will have flowers. So we have this beautiful purple iris in the front, and in the back is design paper, and I put a little sunflower on here and some lace and so on. So collaging as well. So on the next page we have another pocket here, and more collaging here with a little bit of a writing frame, and just some extra paper here that I put that packing tape on. I love using that, it just looks so vintage. And then over here a little notebook. I just like to paper clip it so it stays put with these beautiful flowers, and just a little tag over here. And then inside I did make a tiny pocket, and little flower does have actually lines on the back, so you can write on it. And then a few pages in here. This is my sticker that I used to use before, if you remember. And a little bit in the middle, and then a couple more stickers for you to use in the back. So that's a little mini notebook. Goes in here. And I did use the the adult coloring book, and this one has some leaves over here. Then I did some stencil stamping in the middle here, stenciling. And then this is one of my flowers, and a little bit collage and sewing here on this ledger paper, and a little bit more stenciling here as well. And then when you open it up over here, it looks beautiful this way as well. And a little bit more purple flower here. And this one in black and white, the beautiful leaf, and just from a vintage flower book. And then over here is a little envelope, and in the back it is empty so that you can put something else in. So a little journaling card there, a little bit of roses, and a little bit more paper here as well. So just some writing papers, and then a little bit more about flowers from a book. And you can fill in anything else that you might have, something little that'll fit in there. And a little bit of a frame here, sewn frame, a writing spot, as I might call it in my shop. And then just some of my scribbles that I put here, black and white. And then from a vintage flower book, and this bauble. You know, when you buy something and it might come with a price tag that actually has this on it, I will just cut off the price over here, and I use these parts on top over here, and it's gorgeous. I just dyed it up a little bit, inked it up a little bit, and it's perfect. So about cinnamon in this case, from a vintage book, and then a little bit stamping and collaging, and a paper ruffle here, and this beautiful spread here with flowers on it, and some roses over here, a journaling card, and more stamping here, lines, and a rose as well. So everything has these tabs that just add more texture and color. And then this is from a music sheet book, and I did sew on here, if you can see, a little bit sparkly over here, and little die cutout, and little bits that I used and sewn on the edges just for a little extra detail. And then over here is a journaling card, and this is all fabric in the back, and then this beautiful flower here, cut out in different shapes, and then a vintage book page there, some stenciling over here, and then this is in the middle of the first signature, and a little flower here, and a whole page from a book. You can read about the flower. And then here's another tag with sari silk on top, and a little bit napkin, and different, very different parts of different images and books and textures that you can find in this tag. More stenciling, and then more of this sewing of little tiny bits that I have left over on my desk, and I think it just adds a little extra touch on here, and I don't mind it at all. Here's a little bit more about you know, trees and shrubs and flowers and willows, and here a little bit paper ruffle and stamping, a little bit more about flowers and write-ups from a vintage flower book. A little bit more for writing on this spot, some of my scribbles. And a pocket here, and inside it has a floating pocket, if you will, and has some lace on it and lace on this part as well. And you can just stuff it with something and put it back in here. And this is the other side of the black and white. And then I just put the cigarette or tea card, which I printed and made. And then here's a little bit more flowers here and some stenciling. Some of my flowers on this page, ledger. And then this is the other side of the coloring book. And maybe you do some doodling and some coloring in there, who knows. Or you can just write over it as well. And over here a little bit writing paper. And another tag here. This one is covered with sort of like tulle fabric, and underneath is beautiful white flower, and this just adds a little bit more detail on it. And if you see here, it's got little beads as well, so you can write on that. So the pocket here, so that's the first signature with the flowers. And in the back of the first signature we have another iris with this beautiful purple color, and a little bit of collaging and sewing all around it. So over here, the next second signature, we have birds, and we have a little owl over here, charm, and some more laces. And this is from a designer scrapbook paper, and this is all vintage images. This is from an actual book, authentic book, and then this I printed from Graphics Fairy, I believe. And then some more collaging here in a little writing spot. And on this tag we have a bird, of course, because this whole signature will be about birds, so about wood thrush. And then I always use fabric and laces and just some different textures in tags. And this one as well, I have some threads, just the way you might see bird outside, and she might be making a nest or something, and a little bit sewing there. And then this is an actual see-through pocket that I put here, and put the tea card in here just to offset all the birds. I put a little flower. And then game birds of the world. I was cutting up birds, and then I didn't want to throw the title, you know, on the top of a page in a book. You get the title and, well, it says birds, so I used the birds on here. And this is a page from a bird book. And then this is a page from the coloring book. And it actually, if you look very closely, it has a bird in here and some leaves. And then in the back, there's a journaling card with birds from a book on both sides. Beautiful, beautiful images, beautiful paintings. And then on the top, I added a little piece that you can write on with some ribbon in the middle. And this is this pocket is I believe the this pocket is with paper from of Indian papers, and I did put a little stenciling or embossing on it. So this bird here is all in yellow, and the same thing, just a lot of collaging, which I mostly like to do. Some graph paper. This one is from a book also. It says Friends with a Bird. So I like to find these little tidbits and see if I can put them in somewhere. Here's a little bird here, and some paper ruffle, and then some stamping with lines in the bird here. And then over here in this one we have a feather and some more stamping. This little bug won't go away. Ah, go. Okay, and this one is a book title, All the Birds in the Sky. So I put that in there, and then this is from a page from a vintage book. Little another writing spot, and then on the top it also has some stenciling and a little bit of this design stamp on the side, or die cut, paper punch, whatever you'd like to call it. And here I put eyelash trim. I like to use eyelash trim, so I use it in a lot of different places. So this is just on a paper clip, so I can paper clip this tag to the page. And then it happened to have a bird here, and just some different papers that I have on the table and I use. And then on the side I put a ribbon, so we'll just put that over here. And this one is from a vintage postage stamp book, and if you look closely, it does have some birds on here, as well as other things, and looks like some boats and so on, from the Falkland Islands. And in the back here, in the pockets, I made a pocket out of it, and a little bit of writing space in here, and a feather to go with the birds. A bird has left us a feather in this journal, and a little bit of fabric sample over here from a vintage book. This beautiful, beautiful pheasant, and then some more in the back as well, and a little flower here, and another one here, and then a little notebook over here of different papers. And then over here I happen to see dove, white dove, so I used it. Otherwise I think it's from a children's maybe book or something else. And a little bit more birds over here, writing spot, and a bit more of the paper punch. And this paper clip has a little bit of goldish and cord over here, and then journal card with this beautiful bird, and then from a vintage book, and another bauble over here, and just the writing spot, and some stenciling and stamping, paper ruffle. And look how beautiful this looks. I just love it when something kind of sticks out. Actually, this green, which also gives me a lot of peace looking at green, and I'm looking at it right here in front of me. So I have a lot of trees and leaves and so on. Let me see where I can put it. There we go. Right around me, right here. So this bird was a friend of mine. I happened to find it in a book, and that just fits so perfectly. So here's that little birdie, and then some more embossed paper. And this one says Birds of Town and City, Travelers, Australian. And looks like a wagtail, willy wagtail bird, and lots of collaging over here going on. A little bit from that coloring book, and the bird book, and some more of my scribbles, and very interesting and very textured collage here. And then in the last pocket of this section, a little journaling card, actually two of them, and a writing spot. And so this is the end of the birds that give me peace. Now this, of course, I should be having tea, because the next section is about tea time. So this I printed one of those household goods, public domain images, you know, that are very old, and I believe I got it from the Graphics Fairy. And so collaging with fabric here, and sewing, and some ribbon. And this one has a tea leaf. I was trying to find a coffee cup or a coffee pot as a charm, but I didn't have anything. And I was looking at leaves and flowers and thinking, oh, then down on me, tea leaf. So let's just call that a tea leaf. And then over here we have a little, you know, the tag from a tea bag. And then here, a tag. And then just a sample of ribbons. And you can actually feel them if you need to. Just for texture. And then this beautiful tab on the top. And then I did find a coffee cup in the coloring book, and some stenciling there in the middle. And this is a little tea set, and a little doily on the bottom that I stamped. And then over here, this one I believe is the original from the book that I have, a Victorian book of household goods. So paper ruffle and stamping, and a little journaling card, and some stamping of tea leaves over here. And then this is another little tab here on a paper clip with a little golden shiny rope, and collaging here. And this is from a sketch book, and shows you how to sketch this whole scene. And this lady's having tea. There's a teacup right here. And then this is how it was sketched up, the tea. And then this is from another book where I happened to find the creamer. And then this side is teapot. And then the a whole set here with tea and maybe a bit of wine and so on. The stamping. And of course having a cup of tea by the fire would be perfect. But that's, you know, when it's cooler. Not like today because it's just too hot. And this is from my Indian paper pack. And here's a little teacup. And this one has a little bit extra space. And this is that cabbage dyed paper that I like to make. And then this is a lot of stamping, actually watercolor underneath, and then a lot of stamping on top, and a whole bunch of collaging over here in the middle. And this is lavender tea made by Frank, and that's from Croatia. So that of course needs to be in there. A little bit more stamping on this graph paper, Roma tea, pour tea for visitors, and so on. Stamping. So in the middle I did find a little kitchen place with coffee cups here and over here. It's all ready. Just come on by. Tea is ready. Some more eyelash trim over here. And then I did put a little, let me see if I can get it up, a little tea leaf here that I actually painted, and then I sketched with a black marker over top. And some more stenciling to go with, I guess to go with green tea in this case. And another pocket over here. It has a little authentic receipt. And then again, right on top of that, a journaling card with a collage here as well, with a teapot and some fabric and so on. This is the other side of the glowing fire, and I just stamped up a little bit here. And this is the original from the Victorian household goods. Some beautiful teacups and maybe cake plates. And a little bit more of a creamer over here. And something where I found on the packaging where it said tea, and I just did a collage with fabrics and with little tiny bits of fabric and thread. And then a little bit stamping here, and a little bit more about sketching, and a writing spot over here with a little bit more of the punch. I don't know if you can see it on the bottom. And some more stamping here with tea leaves. And here is a tiny pocket, and inside I put in a bunch of different ones, little tea tabs. You can put in your own collection if it fits. Paper ruffle, and one last teacup over here on the top of a ribbon, and some sewing. This is the other side of the teacup in the coloring book. And a little bit larger journaling card, and this is cotton fabric on the back. Maybe you can write with a gel pen. And a little teacup here waiting for you by the bed, and then with a button. So this is the end of the tea section, where this lady, she's being very proper, holding her teacup and ready to be having some peace for the day. Okay, so the last section here is butterflies. That give me peace as well. Anytime I see a butterfly, it's like, oh my goodness, there's a butterfly. I don't know why we're so always fascinated by butterflies. And here's a little charm as well. And on this lace, it's always like, look, a butterfly. Even though, of course, there's millions of butterflies, and sometimes we see them every day, but it's still. I did give you a pocket here that you can fill in, and a little bit of a writing spot here, and some lime paper, and in the middle I did some stenciling. And this is a little hinged pocket, and I did find in the book as well. I'm not sure if this is on the same coloring book, but this one has a butterfly right here. And then this one, I happen to have this separately. I don't know, I made it for something else. I haven't used it, so I just added this with a little bit, glued on cotton fabric. And then inside is just a little journaling card. And this beautiful butterfly there. And some more flowers here. And this is a butterfly that I made and colored and just printed out and sewn on here. And this one is from the Graphics Fairy. And then from a vintage book about butterflies. And this is a glassine coffee dyed pocket. And we have a tea leaf here, and then some stenciling. And then inside I just give you some various papers to write on, and this one has the punched out corner in the writing spot here, some stamping, paper ruffle from a vintage butterfly book, Butterflies and Moths. And actually, I might be mistaken. I think this is, it does have butterflies on it, but it is about cooking, so different herbs. So this one is about garlic, and this might be the top of a garlic, it looks like, and then butterflies that are drawn to it. And then another paper punch here, and this I have this beautiful stamp of a butterfly. It's just very intricate, and I did have it in one of those boxes, that was put away. I did happen to find it and put it in this book. Then this is envelope window that I decorated with a collage of fabric and vintage book pages, images, a little bit of gold here, all kinds, and with butterflies on it as well. And inside I just put a little bit more of writing spots, so index cards in this one, and it's quite a large pocket, so you can add a little bit more to that. And in the back we have a see-through pocket here, and then I did try my hand at making one of the specimens cards with butterfly wings. Of course, they just printed and put it in there. And then I have a little card. This is just from a price, that you get at the store that I mentioned, that I made that tab from, and then I just took the little, whatever that writing is, code maybe for the item, and then I put it on there as a little identification label. So that is there. And then in the middle we have these butterflies. I found this image in a book. It's really looks like maybe a coffee or tea tray, and then it has tiles of moths and butterflies and so on. And over here another see-through pocket, and these are stickers, so you can put these butterflies somewhere else. So stickers of butterflies of different sizes, so you can, and more over here as well, stenciling, writing spot, and a little bit of butterflies over here stamped up, and now another little punch. And this one is just for you to maybe paper clip something, but I did put the eyelash trim on top. And just a little bit of words here. And the other side of that chamomile herb book. And over here a little collage with a butterfly, and then I did put eyelash trim so that it's a little bit more for texture. And then over here as well, some stamping. And then this one is empty and you can fill it up. So you can write on top of here. You have one of my that I made little tea leaf, and then some stenciling. And the other part of the butterfly book, and more writing spots, and then butterfly on the bottom here. And over here as well, this one's one of mine, and this one is just printed. And the other side also has a little hinged page of a beautiful monarch butterfly. And inside I give you a couple writing spots here. They are really journaling cards, so you can treat them as journaling card on both sides, or you can just, you know, put them somewhere as a little title frame and so on. So that will go back over here. And they have a bit of lace sticking out this way. And the back is just some flowers, and as here as well. And then in the last page here, you have a journaling card, index card, and then a butterfly over here on the journal card, and just a little flower for color in the back here. And a little bit more ribbon and stenciling over here. And these are my butterflies. As I don't know, did I mention that these are all my butterflies as well. And over here I did find a stamp that actually says communications for peace. So I used this at the back with my logo, RoseByNameCo. And then some sewing here in this pocket. This is a cotton pocket. Here on this tag, again, we have, now you know that it's all the 4 themes from the book, from the journal. In the front, the journal tag has the same thing. So we have, what do we start with? Flowers, birds, teacups, and butterflies. And this one even has a little shiny bead from a sari scarf. So this is Peace. It's in my shop now. I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully we got some bird sounds or some nature sounds in this video as well. Hope you enjoyed the video and the book as well. And maybe come by to the shop and check it out. Again, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Please have a good day. I hope things are getting much better in your neighborhood as they are here, as far as, you know, anything is concerned. So I appreciate you coming by, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.